Disability Night Ops. If you got any questions on the VA claims process, any questions at all pertaining to high value secondary VA claims, secondary service connection, VA disability compensation, veteran benefits, let your boy know. Going to be answering questions for the next 20, 30 minutes or so. If y'all got anything at all, by means, let your boy know. I'm going to be on here. You know what I'm talking about. But as always, until I get a question, let's start talking about some VA disability. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Hope you're having a good day. Having a good day. Oh, let's check it out. All right, we can talk about VA claims. Hey, appreciate y'all joining. Hey, by all means, if y'all got any questions, let's want to know. LA, what's up, dog? Gucci Debo, thanks for the email. Where's the Gucci shades? Okay, I'm inside, dog. I can't be wearing the Gucci shades on right now. Come on. Dab it on. What's up? Appreciate you, Angel. Appreciate you joining. How about we like the video? Y'all got any comments, questions, or concerns? Let your boy know. Let's talk about VA claims for back issues. Okay, so if you're seeking, more than likely, let's go with direct service first. So for anything, if you're seeking VA disability benefits for low back pain, lumbosacral strain, first we'll talk about direct service. Unique complaints. A single complaint, like I always tell y'all, a single complaint can go a very long way. What you do with that complaint, you still gotta, seek current day treatment. So post-military, you still need to go seek treatment, get it taken care of, because you may have a lot of complaints of your back in the military, but once you get out, you stop going to medical. It's hard enough, or it's bad enough while we are active duty, we don't go to medical, and then more than likely when we get out, going to a doctor, routine, physical checks every year, complaining to a doctor, more than likely, we're not doing it. But if you're going to be tangling in the VA claims process, you're definitely going to still need to get in front of a doctor, get some routine treatment, just for your sake, for the pain as well as for your VA claim. You got to build that medical evidence. Pardon me. And as y'all coming in, by all means, let your boy know. Ask any questions, anything VA disability related, active duty military. If you got any questions on, these infamous high value secondary VA disabilities, let your boy know. You're still going to need to be seeking current day treatment. From there, you got your complaints in service, 1, 100, doesn't matter. That establishes your link back to service. From there, you're going to still need a current, treatment. I've already spoke on that. Definitely, I would recommend prior to getting out, or, if you can. Okay. Was Gucci with it, Steven? Appreciate you, dog. Was Gucci. But definitely, if you're going to be filing anything for your back, you're definitely going to need, at least at minimum, an x-ray. Hey, appreciate y'all if y'all like the video. Y'all got any questions? VA disability related, VA compensation, let your boy know. Gonna be on here for the next 15, 20 minutes or so. It's the first Debo. Now, when the wife yelling at me, she'd be like, Debo! But come on. Anyways, definitely x-rays. But I recommend getting an MRI while you're still active duty, because it's free. And you don't have to go through all those hoops and hurdles. Whenever you do get out, most physicians, they want to, get you into treatment first, whether it be chiropractic, depending on your, severity of pain, chiropractic services, or physical therapy. And then from there, they'll order an x-ray. And then from there, depending on the x-ray and your complaints, they'll order MRI. Some will just order both. Some will just, do it in that process. Very few will just send you straight to an MRI. An MRI has all the information you would need from an x-ray, plus, all the nerve endings and shit like that. So if you're trying to file anything secondary to your back, either on that claim or in the future, it's going to be captured along with all that medical evidence once you submit it to the VA. On top of that, make sure your doctor, your physician, your treating doctor, as well as if you're taking any physical therapy, chiropractic services, make sure that they are recording your limitations, your limitation of motion, your ability to not bend over. You may go through like flare-ups where you can't even get you gotta do this like jungle fucking roll outside the bed. You can't get in the car, you can't sit. Get that documented, complain about it. As small as it may sound, that limitation equates to a percentage when it comes to VA disability compensation. Now, if y'all like me, y'all like any other veteran, try to get that plussed up. So definitely go in frequently. I mean, even if you can't physically go in, call the doctor, secure messaging, fuck it, do a video, send it to them. Hey, get it documented. The more documented medical evidence you have for this, it's going to increase your chances of getting service connected. And hey, as I always say, as you're coming in, by all means, feel free to ask any questions on the VA compensation process, secondary VA disability, denied VA claims. Let your boy know. But yeah, so you got all that. Cool, Gucci. That's plus up. That's gonna plus up your claim. On top of that, last thing I recommend, the last two, but personal statement. I always say personal statement with everything. Detail, flare-ups. How often do they occur? And when you're not experiencing a flare-up in your back, what are some other daily issues are you dealing with? Yes, sir. Get out of here, baby. Come on, LA. What's up? Keep sweating. And here's the house. What's Gucci with the fam? How you doing on this Wednesday afternoon? Wednesday evening. My bad. Hope you're doing Gucci. Hey, y'all got 16, motherfucker. Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, if y'all got any VA disability compensation questions, let your boy know. Denied claims. Good, can't complain. Yes, sir. I can't complain either, but it is starting to heat up over here in SoCal. So, I'm glistening. I'm glistening with the AC on. Might be because I'm in front of the goddamn window, but hey, it's my only private area. Because, family, they're like, So, definitely personal statement. Capture your flare-ups as well as activity and limitations outside of a flare-up. A flare-up is just the most serious thing. How many times is it, frequenting throughout the year. You definitely want to capture how you're dealing with that pain on a daily basis, how it affects you in your personal and your work life. That's going to increase that, increase your opportunity for, that 40%, which is the highest you can get for your back if you don't have any ankylosis. Anyways, have a compensation and pension exam on Tuesday, and I have a disability benefits questionnaire and an independent medical opinion. Should I bring to the CMP? Yes, sir. Bring that in. If you did a personal statement, bring that in. Hey, I would say bring in a blank DBQ as well, or if you can follow along with the DBQ as you already have, that'll be good as well. Definitely, that's gonna be good. Personal statement, buddy statements, everything you submitted for that individual claim, Keith, you definitely want to have that in. Bring it in. So, in case the CMP examiner is like, in my experience, they didn't have access to my file. They didn't look at my shit. I'll say, don't worry about it. I got it all right here. Definitely bring all that in. And then just let that that compensation and pension examiner know up front, like, hey, I've had bad experiences in CMP exams. I brought everything I submitted for this specific exam, as well as, the DBQ I submitted from my doctor on the behalf, and I'll be utilizing that, to follow along with this examination to make sure that questions are being asked. 10-4. Yes, start my coach with it. But yeah, just tips and tricks. I definitely recommend you doing that. And definitely don't let that examiner rush you throughout the claim. It's time and time again, veterans, they go into the CMP exam, they get out, and it's like, oh, fuck, it was only 5-10 minutes. And then they get a denial in 6 months. No. And then I would even go as far as at the end of that exam, yes, sir, at the end of that exam, ask that rater, if it's for an increase, if it's for service connection, if it's for a secondary, ask them, okay, do you plan on recommending service connecting? Yes or no? They say no. They should know. If they read your medical profile, they should already know. The CMP exam is just formality. They should already know what they're going to recommend prior to you coming in. unless it's like, anything muscular, skeletal, anything else that's, mental health, anything outside of them have to physically evaluate you for any limitations, any, extensions and stuff like that. Definitely you want to get that in. Like, hey, ask them at the end. If it's for a secondary, okay, do you plan on recommending secondary VA disability due to my already service connected? Cool. Are you going to recommend PTSD? Okay, there you go, PTSD. At the end of that. And when you go in there, if it's for PTSD, when you go in there, you got to make sure if it's an increase, talk about how has things gotten worse since you've been service connected, or since your last CMP exam, whichever came most recent. You want to talk about that. You don't want to, you don't want to keep talking about or bring up anything that happened in the military. You want to start talking about, okay, since I've been service connected for PTSD, I've lost my job. I've been in and out of jobs. I can't hold down the job. You can't get promoted at work. Things of this nature. You've lost relationships, friends, family. Your kids don't even look at you right anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Bucko. Definitely, you want to be the ace. Yeah, open the blinds up, brighten up in here. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, yeah, definitely. That's what I recommend. Take it slow. Talk about your symptoms, because the VA, when it comes to increases, the VA or the examiner, they're noting how has your symptoms gotten worse, as well as are there any new ones? On top of that, what has been the increased impacts to your personal and to your work life? And then you got all that. I mean, you should see an increase, brother, man. Okay, we got, Lumf. What's up, Lumf? Motherfucking Lumf. Well, I'm doing Gucci, man. Gucci, dog. I'm going to get to your email. I'm going to get to your email. Don't worry about you, dog. I got you, dog. I got you. I'm looking at it right now. Love God. Would getting an evaluation from a clinical psychologist help with my PTSD claim? Yes. It's going to look a lot, if it's your first claim, definitely it's going to look a lot better than, some CMP examiner. But when things to take of note, if it's in regards, to combat, non-combat, or combat-related PTSD, you want to make sure you have a diagnosis, not just treatment. Ensure you have a diagnosis prior to submitting that claim. On top of your diagnosis, make sure your stressor has been identified. Because the VA deny PTSD claims a lot. I mean, they say they don't, but they do. Due to a lack of an actual diagnosis, not just three months to 3 years worth of treatment, but they still haven't given you a diagnosis and your stressor identified. If you got both of those, you'll be Gucci with it. Especially coming from a clinical psychologist. It's going to look a lot better. Hopefully they've been seeing you for a long time. So that wait of, going to see this psychologist, even if it's for like 3 months, it's going to look better than that CMP examiner that you're going to be looking at, or seeing for, 3 to 30 minutes, depending on how you, fucking paste the claim. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Hit the live chats. Okay. Motherfucking JM just filed my PACT Act 2022 stuff this week. How long do you think until get a decision? Okay, so currently right now, PACT Act related VA disability claims are taking anywhere from 103 to 126 days from start to finish. It could be more depending on, where you live at. If you live in San Diego, New York, motherfucking Florida Goblins, it may take longer because it's a higher veteran population in these areas, states and cities. But definitely you want to look at your specific VA regional office to check on that, to check on, their processing times. If it may be less. But there is an average, so majority of the claims are being processed within that time frame. Hopefully I answer your question. Lumf, can I get an earlier effective date before when you filed if you were hospitalized in the military twice and VA once if there were eventually service connection for what you were hospital for and show treatment records? That is kind of a gamble. It depends on if you previously submitted a claim, it was denied, and then after it was denied, you was in the hospital 2 times, 3 times, whatever the case may be, and then you were eventually service connected you could possibly submit or seek a clear and unmistakable error type of claim. But it would depend on the nature of the claim, and especially when it comes to that contesting the effective date, everything that you submitted on that initial claim that was denied, you resubmitted it, and then you got like nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. You was denied in like 2016. You tried it again in 2022 with the exact same information, and you were service connected. Then, in that point, there'll be another option for you to contest the effective date. Love God, what's up, Love God? It's an appeal, an appeal. Appeal, so higher level review or supplemental. Non-combat, it's been diagnosed. Okay. Yeah. Is it a higher level review, Love God, or is it a supplemental? And if it is a supplemental, was the reason they denied you due to a lack of an actual diagnosis and or a stressor related to PTSD? Steven, 200 days on my PACT claim, no actions. I'm going to seek Debo. I'm going to sick Debo on the VA. Yes, sir. I got you, dog. I got my axe hanging on the wall. I'm about to go crazy up in there. About to start chopping walls through. I'm like, hey, Steven, if I didn't already send it to you, plug in your information into the Vera line. And that'll have a VA regional office representative. More than likely, it's going to be a current VA rater or a prior VA rater. May not be necessarily the rater that's dealing with your claim, but it's going to be one of those two. They give you a more detailed description on that. More than likely, what came about, because I was in the same spot. Was it? Let me see. October, November, December, January, February, March. What was that? I think it was like 180 to 220 days, about the same. Because I submitted my claim, it got lumped in as a PACT Act related claim. And when it comes to that, whenever the VA gets to it, so your rater is dealing. So let me break it down. So your VA rater, they're managing your claim. They're going to schedule you for things that, they can do immediately, whatever the hell. Mental health, anything physical, anything PACT Act or presumptive related. Whenever they get to it, however they get to it, I don't know if they go by single veterans or if they, because their workload is high. So they may go by, I'm just guessing, because, it made no sense why it took mine as long as it did. They may wait until, 50 veterans, they got 50 veterans who need to go in for PACT Act related claims. Specifically, for that CMP exam. So, okay, once they get that, if they're doing that, then they need to submit a request to your respective military branch in which you were serving active duty for and verify your exposures. Hopefully that makes sense. Once they verify, the VA, they send it to your respective military branch. They got 30 to 45 days to send it back, and then it's another 30 to 45 days for the VA to actually acknowledge it. I'm not sure if it's being mailed and or faxed. I don't work for the VA. I'm just a troll up in that motherfucker. But that could be it. And then once they do get around to it, I'm not sure about their processes. Wish I had a VA rater. I'll probably ping. I got a couple of VA raters on the motherfucking TikTok. Hey, and if y'all like this type of content, y'all like the live, please, hit the like button. Appreciate your strife. Appreciate your love. Do y'all like the landscape mode better on the lives, or do y'all like the mobile version? I'm trying to tailor trying to boost y'all up. But what I'm talking about. Hopefully that answers your question, Stephen. I know it's kind of long-winded, but I want to give you detailed information. JM, how do we get diagnosed? I deployed in 2 of the regions listed, had symptoms over 10 years, but never got any treatment because I never knew the VA covered those types of issues like rhinitis. Okay, so you're telling me you haven't gotten any treatment? You should have some type of treatment. If you've been going to, see, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully you got some type of treatment. But, it's not necessarily entirely too late to, start building medical evidence for that. Doesn't matter. You're dropping knowledge on both. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, motherfucker. Keep sweat. Nobody. There you go. But yeah, JM, definitely want to, if you haven't gone into medical, start right now. I mean, so any injuries or diagnosis that you had while you were in, it's gonna be in your SDR. Cool. If you haven't been seen for like the last 30 years, 10 years, 10 years is not too bad. You're still in a good area, especially with PACT Act related claims. I mean, they're going all the way back as a Vietnam era veterans. Fucking, so you definitely in a good spot. I definitely recommend you going to your doctor. Like, hey, I have rhinitis or some, signs and symptoms. Oh, keep sweat, yes, sir. While you were in, but due to whatever your life story is, you was fucking moving. You've been fucking backpacking for the last 10 years. You've been taking care of family. You've been trying to get situated, comfortable, settled in to whatever you're doing. Explain that in a personal statement. As well as, whenever you do get into a doctor, definitely tell them that as well. You want to find a doctor. Don't just pick, just the first doctor you want to get into. Like, screen your doctors, whether it be private or through the VA. You definitely want to make sure that they're going to be the best support for you in the claims process. Even if they're not going to fill out a DBQ or IMO, as long as they're writing that shit down in their notes, you can just print that bitch off and submit that on your claim. At the very least, they should be writing all this down. Your complaints. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Fucking patient says that his fucking rhinitis started in his military fucking history. Blah, blah, blah. If you got your service treatment record, bring that bitch in. Show it to him. It's not that bad. Live chats. Let me hit the live chats on. Motherfucking ME. After you file a claim, can you create another intent to file? Yes, you can. But it can't be immediately afterwards, because if not, while you're in the claims process, it could get, intertwined and shit like that. To alleviate that, because, at least when I was in the process, I didn't want to lose that opportunity for the back pay. So I'm just like, I ain't taking a chance. But you can definitely do it. But hopefully you're working with a VSO, or you're very knowledgeable of the VA claims process. Make sure that whenever you get your decision letter, like, hey, no, I submitted, this claim was for the intent to file that I started back in March of last year, not the one I just started fucking 2 days ago. What the fuck are you doing, dog? So you definitely want to be on your P's and Q's. And if you have a VSO, it's definitely going to be a lot more manageable. Well, definitely a good veteran service officer. There are a lot of shit ones, but I've only met one at Wounded Warrior Project. I was not about it. Motherfucking Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks. Motherfucker, nah, you ain't getting shit, bucko. I'm like, okay, man, come on. Any other questions? At all? Appreciate y'all joining. Y'all got any questions? Let me know. While y'all in here, please, I appreciate it if y'all hit the like button. Yes, sir. Keith Sweat, you know what I'm talking about, motherfucking Boondocks. I know y'all watch Boondocks at one point in your lifetime. Come on, y'all can relate. Y'all can fucking relate. Special deployment. You got Boondocks, Family Guy, fucking Simpsons. The fuck else? Other mischievous activities and shit going around. Come on, dog. Come on. If you deployed or you in the field and you had a fucking, video and shit. Not video. Something to watch movies and shit on TV shows. Come on. Did I just catch you having fun? Oh, just a little bit, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I have fun on the lives. Especially, when y'all fucking active. Y'all come in here. Y'all fucking got questions. We go back and forth. I'm trying to help y'all out and shit. Sometimes it's it's a serious tone, but it's a good time right now. It's a good time. Good motherfucking time right now. How long? Okay, 24 minutes. Me. Probably do another 2 minutes. No, not 2. Probably 3, 4 minutes. Before I get fucking kicked out the room. Episode from Boondocks. Yes, sir. Which episode? Fuck. I would say when Uncle Ruckus was the when he was I forget I don't know the episode number, but when Uncle Ruckus was mowing lawns. When he was mowing lawns, that episode. It felt like it was from there. But hey, as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions? Please ask now. I do plan on getting off in the next 5 minutes or so. And yes, sir, ME. Any recommendations on where to get a Nexus letter? I actually got my Nexus letter for my sleep apnea claim. I didn't think I would need it, but I didn't want to not submit that claim for sleep apnea without it. So I went through and I did a lot of research. For sleep apnea specifically, I looked for different doctors for about 7 to 8 months. And, there's some names that float around there. It was a couple of San Diego-based sleep doctors. They were charging too fucking much. Then there was this Fred Nolan motherfucking guy. It was like mixed reviews. It was like some people said it was good, some people said it was bad. I didn't want to take the chance. And then I came across, Leah Buckles with Prestige Medical Consultants. Now, I think that's the name right now. Very fair price. If you're going to be utilizing them for a lot of, DBQs and or Nexus letters. Nexus letters are $600. DBQs are $150. If you need a rush order for anything, I think it's an extra $200. But I definitely recommend, if you're going to be getting a Nexus letter from anybody, make sure you're timely. Like you're not going in it, gotta fucking slap all this money in. But yeah, that fucking Nexus letter was A1 steak one. It was like goddamn a tomahawk steak made by Gordon Ramsay himself. Definitely, I recommend them. I've heard mixed reviews about Remedical. Yeah, it'll get you there, but you're gonna pay a fucking hefty penny on that. Oh, LA, damn deal. You didn't ask my question. LA, what was your question? Let me check it out right quick. I think I answered your question. LA. Where? Okay. I answered the question. Come on, LA. I answered the question. It's a double-sided question. Like some of these like when I'm in landscape mode, the messages just go away. They don't stay there. So I gotta answer them. Fucking quick and shit. Yes, sir. There you go, Keith Sweat. D was a great vet that helps others. Appreciate you, Steven. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the mic. Okay. JM. Or sinusitis and rhinitis. Or, see, it just disappeared. Just fucking disappeared. Okay. JM. Are sinusitis and rhinitis separate claims or bunched together? Do you know the max for each? So there's different maxes, but the average max for sinusitis is 50%. The average max for rhinitis is 30%. If you have a diagnosis for both, you can get them both service connected. If you don't have a diagnosis for both, you have one or the other, but you still submit a claim for both, the VA may roll it together. As well as if your medical evidence can't differentiate from the two. So whenever you're having sinus issues or whenever you're having nasal issues. Yeah, I know, they're pretty much the same fucking thing, but rhinitis is blockages, like physical blockages in your nasal canal. Sinusitis, obviously, it's fucking, in your fucking skull somewhere. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck, I ain't a goddamn doctor, but yes, you can definitely get diagnosed for both. If you have the rare form of rhinitis, you can get anywhere up to 100% for that. Very few people have that rare version of rhinitis. It's like motherfucking gastro, leviosa, motherfucking take me to Hogwarts. I can't fucking pronounce that one though. Avoid. Oh yeah, 100% Steven. Avoid VA Claims Insider. I've seen a lot of videos on them. A lot of veterans, especially in like Facebook groups, veterans, just getting gypped. Like, they fucking whole forearm in the motherfucking finkster. So, definitely, you don't want to be, like, if you got to pay to play, you shouldn't be playing. You got to pay a little bit here and there, but mainly a VA claim consists of a diagnosis, complaints, a little bit of treatment history, and depending on the claim, a personal and a buddy statement. It's not hard. And it's harder when you don't go see a doctor while we were in, and even more so when we get out. Like actually, I'm trying to practice what I preach. Got my motherfucking appointment set for next month. So I'm about to maintain this 100% PNT, baby. Motherfucking ME. I have a diagnosis for GERD, not GERD, Bert, from the family doctor and the notes from one visit. Is that enough to get a nexus and submit? Okay, so you don't necessarily need, like I said, you don't need a nexus. For GERD, depending on if you deployed, your DD-214 will serve as your nexus. But you would definitely need current day treatment on that. if you have no complaints in service, but you deploy to an area that's considered Gulf War presumptive, or if you're Vietnam era veteran, then it'll work out. But if you have nothing, absolutely nothing, and you barely, you're assessing yourself, you got the diagnosis, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I would definitely recommend if it's that family doctor, they can provide you with a nexus. If you're gonna ask them for a nexus, like, hey, it doesn't need to be this like 40 fucking page thing. They just need to evaluate you, assess your military record, and be like, hey, I evaluated this veteran, motherfucking, what's his name, motherfucking ME. I've noted, I've took note of his deployment history, everywhere he's been in the military, his medical record, as well as anything he's been doing in and outside since he's been outside of the military. And I attribute his rhinitis GERD to, oh, you was talking about GERD. I was talking about rhinitis for some reason. Well, no, I was talking about GERD, but yeah. Attribute your GERD to your military service. And definitely, if it's a family doctor, they should be good with you. Have them submit or fill out a DBQ as well. LOMF, VA said to prove that I need a CPAP before, okay, what the hell? VA said to prove that I need a CPAP before they will backdate the claim before sleep study. How do I proceed? Continued. Obviously, I filed because I thought it was there was a problem. Just because no one had a chance sleep study. Okay, I'm for COVID. They diagnosed me. Doesn't matter. I didn't need. Okay, sleep lab closed during COVID. To diagnose me doesn't mean I didn't need. Yeah, exactly. That's a complicated. Let me check it out. VA. Okay. How do I proceed? Continue. Obviously, I filed because I thought there was a problem, and there was no one at. Okay. So let me see. If they closed during COVID, did you get the diagnosis pre-COVID, and they just decided not to give you a CPAP, or did you get a diagnosis post-COVID? I mean, post-COVID, due to them, like, hey, we're open again. Motherfucking Lumph. Steven, Big Steve, can you post the Facebook group you follow? Thanks. Yeah, I'll post it in the motherfucking comment section. Yes, sir. And they do have access to a few reputable doctors on there. Or, not reputable, doctors that other veterans use. They'll fucking plug them in. And then they update this, like, long list of doctors, physicians, psychologists that only, you can go seek treatment if they're physically near you. But mainly they just do DBQs, IMOs, and shit like that. Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, you got any questions? Me. I will tie GERD to medications for anxiety, PTSD. I have. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a fucking route. Definitely a route, brother man. But you definitely need to start complaining if you haven't. To tell your doctor, the medication is causing, it's causing GERD and shit. Is that a motherfucking Game of Thrones secondary? Come on, dog. Yeah, that is a good secondary though. But depending on, if you're gonna take that route, definitely need to start complaining. And I will go as far as getting a endoscopy. It's the camera that goes in your throat, not the motherfucking. So, okay, till next time. Hey, I appreciate y'all joining in. Appreciate y'all. Hit that love, hit that like button. Get your boy. And until next time, this motherfucking Debo out. Hope y'all like the goddamn. Oh, no problem, ME. No problem, ME. Yes, sir, motherfucker. Keep sweat, motherfucking Uncle Ruckus. Yes, sir. Y'all stay Gucci with it. Have a great evening. I'll check y'all out tomorrow. Motherfucking me. Oh.